No.
Ready?
Okay.
Yep, we're ready.
All right, so today we're going to start our tic-tac-toe. So this is your grid board that you're going to put the X's and O's on. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to use your wider brush. You're going to dip it into your paint. You don't need to go all the way down to the bottom. And you're going to do your 4 edges. So I've done my 4. I have paint sticks underneath so it doesn't stick to your table or whatever you're working on. And then I go along the edge first. Try to go in the same direction. And I'm just going to hold this in my hand. Okay. So you can do the front and the back, but the back only needs 1 coat. So what you can do to quicken it up is, so I'm doing the sides, and I'm going to do one. I did the little sides, and I'm doing the larger top here. And then I'm going to use a blow dryer, and I'm going to blow dry it so that it speeds it up. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the other side, blow dry it, and then do a second coat on the one side. We're going to use this brush again. So what I did is I went and I rinsed it underneath water. Then I put just a little bit of dish soap in here, swirled it around, and then I rinsed it out underneath again. And then pinch it between some paper towel to get it as dry as you can so you can reuse it. You'll have to do the same with this brush with your X's and O's. You'll have to clean it in between. Okay, so we gave this the sides 1 coat actually, the back 1 coat, and the top 2 coats. So now you're going to take your sandpaper and you're just going to give it a light sand. You don't have to press very hard. All you're doing is kind of getting the raised fibers off. So you're just going to go back and forth. Okay. And then we're going to apply a stencil. So with a stencil, it's 3 parts. On the back, you can see the grid lines. The front, this clearish white is the transfer tape, and the black is our actual stencil. So what you're going to do is you're going to peel it off so that you're taking the back off. If anything sticks to this white, you have to put it back and rub it down. So you can take it, and it's the same size as your board. So you're going to line it up in the corners, and then you're going to bring it down. Okay, and then we're going to take this transfer tape off. So you're going to peel with one hand, and then you're going to take your second hand and you're going to kind of move with it so that your black stencil stays on. So I'm peeling it off. All right, and you're going to do that, so you're going to apply your stencil to your square grid, and then you're going to apply it to all the little squares to make your X's and O's. So I've done most of them, but I'm going to show you. So try to find the side that has a little bit of black showing, because then it's easier to line up. And I'm going to line it up in the corners, like that. Rub it down. And then I'm going to peel this off, and again I'm going to hold down the black with my other hand. All right. So now we're going to use the smaller brush, and we're going to apply decoupage. So again, when we apply decoupage, you don't have to have a lot on here. You don't want to see gobs of it on here. And what you can do is go both directions. So I went this direction, so now I'm just going to go like this. I'm not going to put more of my brush in between doing that. So if I have decoupage on there, just going to kind of go in the opposite direction so we get into all those little corners. And I've already put decoupage on all these, but I haven't put it on this one. So again, I'm just putting it where you can see the brown. Okay. So now I'm going to show you with the, I'm going to let this dry, but this one, I already put the decoupage on a while ago. I would wait about 5 to 10 minutes between decoupage and putting your paint on. So the O's I've done in the blue and the X's I've done in the red. The blue only needs 1 coat, but the X's need 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my second coat on of my red, then I'm going to wash my brush and then put the blue on. So I put a second coat on my X's, and then I went and washed my brush. I pinched it out so I got most of the water out, and now I'm going to do my O's. The O's only need 1 coat because this color covers very well. And again, don't stick your brush right to the bottom. You can see that I'm actually going from the side. Okay, so my O's are done. You don't have to throw your brushes away. You can wash them and keep them for other projects. So now I'm going to apply the white. Just make sure you get in the corners of the ends of those lines. And this will probably take 3 coats because white doesn't cover as well. Just make sure you don't have too much on your brush, because if you have too much on your brush, that's when it's going to get underneath your stencil and you'll get messy lines. So just make lighter coats. Again, I'm not even hardly dipping in there, just my very tip. Okay, you're going to have to let it dry a few minutes and then put another coat on, let it dry, and put a 3rd coat on. So I've painted everything up now. Just make sure in between coats with your white that it's dry, because if you try a 2nd or 3rd coat too soon, it's actually going to drag off your 1st coat. So let it dry really well in between coats. So now to take it off, you take your black plastic vinyl and you're just going to rip it off. You don't have to be super careful. Now, I can't get to the center part, so I'm just going to take a straight pin, and I'm going to, at the corner, I'm going to just bring it up a little bit, and then I'm going to grab it with my fingers. And there's our grid. With our X's, you're just going to grab a corner and pull. And with our O's, again, the center, it's not going to come off, so you're going to use your straight pin and just lift it up. And there we have our Tic Tac Toe. O's 1.